are the various concerns, devotees, which comes in our mind, and sometimes they can carry or occupy our consciousness sufficiently. It happens. So, hope you understood. There are two circles. One is circle of concern, one is circle of influence. Now, let me give you an example how it works and how it extends. I will ask you this question. We come to this chart. This is a kind of a quiz you need to solve now. What is going to be presented over here? These are the two diagrams. What do you think about these two diagrams? These are two circles. Yes. So this is circle of concern, and this is circle of influence. And here, again the same circle of influence and circle of concern. So what we can derive from these two pictures? What happened to these two type of people, two type of persons, two type of leaders, two type of individuals? Yeah. The first, he is highly worried about his circle of concern is so big that his circle of influence is so small now. And what's happening to this guy?
He's confident he has a support system.
His circle of influence is rising and his circle of concern is becoming smaller, or maybe one day his circle of influence will expand in such a way that tomorrow it will be circle of concern also. Let me give an example, simple example, and you can think of similar example in your life. Suppose there is a one dishwasher person in your temple or in your HKTC or maybe at your home. This simple pot washer is focusing on his circle of concern and circle of influence, that is his seva, association of seva. We are talking about seva. So his seva is washing pots, and he is doing this very effectively because he has influence over there. So one day his senior came and saw that you are washing from the last 2 years. You're doing it so nicely. I'm so happy that you became the cleaning in charge of this duty department. Now this circle of influence rises to next layer. And after 2 years, when the duty department came, they found that this guy is so efficient in managing the pots in kitchen, new kind of cleaning agent, new kind of instruments, new kinds of clothes, new kind of scrubber, very effectively, so that there was a cleanliness in this department. So they put him to the next HOD level after 2-3 years. And then there he was focusing on overall cleaning of the temple, gardening, temple home, govindas, ashram, guest house. So he is able to take care of all the cleaning thing. And after 10 years, he became someone else, higher and higher and higher. So what happened with him? His circle of influence was rising and rising and rising, and he was able to do a lot. The all the things which were under his circle of concern, they became under his influence now. On the other hand, if I give you this story example, here the person was just talking or spreading rumors or speaking ill of others that this devotee, this is not happening in temple or this is not happening in my college, this teacher is not teaching nicely, this building is very ineffective, or maybe temple, TP, GBC, this and that. So his circle of concern is rising and he is spending his energy more into concern. The concern is rising but influence is becoming shrinking. And one day will come that he will not have much influence on his own things. Or maybe the things which were under his influence, they have gone away. Have you understood this concept? Pretty simple, but it's very effective. How do we see world? How do we see world? So what kind of personalities we would like to become? First or second? Second. Yeah, he's the right guy. And our movement or our society, we need this kind of persons. So this sheet, now this is an exercise for 2 minutes. So in this sheet you will see circle of concern and circle of influence. For the next 2 minutes, you write from your personal life now. What is your circle of influence and what is your circle of concern? So just take 2 minutes and mention personally. This sheet will remain with you, you don't have to mention. Just mention few things about the circle of concern and circle of influence. This will give you a vision where you have to head. devotee himself wants to do. You mean to say?
Yeah, like what can one do in their individuals as well, just to encourage themselves to do better?
To do better.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he need to do better in those areas where he has influence actually. So once he will prove his field, then it will open the next gate. That's how it works. That's how it works. Am I getting your question?
No,
No.
I'm asking how would someone influence someone who wants to make their circle of influence bigger
Yeah.
on an individual level,
Okay.
rather than from a third party perspective
Yeah.
or an external perspective. One wants to do that. What sort of things are required for one to make their circle of influence bigger, and or rather circle of concern smaller? Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's the concept which I explained. Like when you focus on the thing which you can do, so immediately your circle of influence is increasing. The next layer is coming up. And automatically your circle of concern will reduce. Because you have a limited time. The same time you can develop on making good values, good skills, good knowledge. So this will go in that direction. Am I approaching your question? No. Yes, no, yeah. Okay. So that's how it works. So suppose I spend my time in building good habits. Or maybe what I have influence right now on education. I want to learn something. So if I'm learning, my time is going in that, so my knowledge in that field is increasing. So once my knowledge will increase, it will go ahead. So a lot of people will come and will take up the things. And over the years, if I have an issue maybe talking about the education in our movement, so this will be coming in my circle of concern also, to change on a bigger level. Is it good? Understood? Okay, now let's start the next activity. This is a very wonderful activity. This is about building trust and breaking trust. I can mention your name in the floor. So this is kind of a small group activity. So read for a few minutes. There are some quotes. Importance of healthy relationship. So there are some quotes from Prabhupada, there are some quotes from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion, Bhagavad Gita. Building healthy relationship in the devotee community. Okay, done. So now you can pair up two devotees and come up with some of the answers on the next sheet. What are those things in the lifestyle of our Vaishnava culture which makes the trust strong, or which are the things which breaks the trust in your friendship, in the services, or something? So here's one example is also given. Like what builds the trust? Always takes time to listen and does not allow serious interruption while serving. Suppose someone is coming to me to talk, so I take him seriously and does not allow serious interruption. It's not that if someone is talking to me and another person came, so then I start talking to him, and then someone else came, then my phone phone will start ringing, then I get that thing. So it does not build the trust, it breaks the trust. It's the other way. Without saying a word, answer the phone call while you are in conversation with him or her. This is a very interesting thing happens. And you will go in the next session when we will learn about listening skill. Suppose I'm talking to someone and immediately my phone rings and I don't even take permission and just take up the call. That's bad. That should not happen. So we should take permission that can I take if this is urgent. Otherwise the person has come physically here. This is more important than attending the call of that person who is sitting far. Who is more important? The person who has come here or the person who is sitting 100 kilometers away? He has given your time. He has come here, walking, giving his energy, and he's come up. And that what has happened in, you can say, in the modern world. Like those who come physically, they are not getting more importance, but those who are sitting up far away, they are giving more time and energy to them. So a leader should balance it. Those who have come to meet you physically, personally, they are more important. That's what builds trust. That's what will solidify inside you. So you can think of some examples from your life. What are those things which build your trust in a leader, or maybe in your parents, or maybe in your friend circle, maybe your colleague, or maybe someone known. What were those incidences which build trust of yours in him, and what were those incidences which break the trust? Some incidences must have happened that this incident really broke my trust. That this devotee or this friend didn't help me that time. So these kind of incidences you can write down. There's a list of 10. You try how much you can write down. Then we will churn it out. We will make a list or group discussion. So take your 5-10 minutes and come up. Yeah, you can make a group also. You need pen? with some points? Alright. So shuffle the sheet, go to the page number 72. Page number 72. There are some very important things like breaking trust or building trust. It's like, you know, you go to an ATM, you withdraw money. But before withdrawing, you have submitted some money over there. So similarly, when we invest in relationship, that time only we can withdraw something from them. So investing in the relationship, then only you can chastise, or you can correct others, or you can ask for some help. That's how it works. So this sheet 72, this is about the emotional deposit and withdrawal. Just have a look. So maybe one by one we can read these points. Let's start with Guru. The first headline and first point. Then I will explain something.
Understanding the individual.
So understanding the individual means understanding each individual persons. So like when we do management, it is not like for everyone from tomorrow, 30 people in one room. No. You need to understand every individual also. Like they have their own needs. Prabhu can love gulab jamun, he may like jalebi, he may like, what are the sweets in the Kenya? Some sweets in Kenya. Kenya. What is that? Toffees brand. So he may like this, he may like others. So basically there are varieties. There are individual varieties. Okay? Understanding that, please read the point.
The key to the other deposits. You don't know what other people consider a deposit until you understand them. To make a deposit, you must learn to value what the other person values.
So what the other person values, that is very much important to know. That's very much important. So understanding the individual, and that comes by spending time. That comes by sitting together, asking what they like, what they don't like. Yeah. Please go to the next point. Attention to the details. So page number 72. Attention to details. Small kindnesses are very important. Small discourtesies and little forms of disrespect can be major withdrawals. Cultural differences are an important consideration in an international organization. So here's the point, attention to details. For small disrespect or discourtesy, small kindness, they are investment and withdrawals. Suppose your boss or your leader always chastise you. Prabhu, you didn't cook nicely. Prabhu, you didn't clean nicely. Prabhu, you didn't bring that nicely. So always you are getting one hammer. So this is like a withdrawal from the person. But if it is going to be for a long time, you are going to find out. So this is kind of a withdrawal. Suppose you have subordinate power. So if you have invested sufficiently, then only you can withdraw. That's how it works. So basically, attention to details, small kindness are very important. I still remember when I joined Ashram, so I accepted some service, and the leader was so happy that he brought one frame of Guru Parampara. He said, thank you very much for joining my project. So it's a very small kindness, small detail. It is just like 50 or 100 rupees. It's not more than that. But what this was the exchange. In the winters, one of my leader, my temple president, he gave me sweater, like jacket sweater, just out of courtesy. They give investment, and then later on, yes, I did service to him a lot. But it's not like it was not calculating at the same time. It's not that we are giving intentionally, but it should be genuinely. It should be genuine. Are you getting this point? So these kind of small kindness, they impact personalities actually. Okay, go to the next. Mike, Oscar.
Keeping commitments. Keeping a promise is a major deposit. Breaking one is a major withdrawal.
Yeah, you said some date. I will meet you on this date at this time. Drop. So it's a withdrawal. People will promised, or maybe 5 minutes before the time, then it will build trust. That's all.
Be careful in making promises and commitments, considering unforeseen obstacles.
Yeah, so whenever we make promise, so it should be very solid and make sure you complete it. Third point is very much important, yes.
Under promise or over deliver.
Yeah, so we should, what does it mean? Like if I say, we will study this course. So if I say we will study this course for 3 days, 3 days sessions, but it happened like it got over or we discontinued after 2 days only. So I promised for 3 days, but we made it into 2 days. So it's like it was over promise and under delivery. But it should be other way around. Under promise, over delivery. Like I said, like I will teach you this topics, but I told you more than that. Then it will build trust. Are you getting this point? That's how it happens in relationship. Like or maybe roommates or ashram mates, or maybe husband wife, or maybe in temple. So we say something and we do more than that. That's how you build your trust. Even if you can see this thing happening in the world, like those companies which are delivering product delivery. So when they deliver before the time, it builds your trust immediately. But when they don't deliver on the time, then you burst them nicely. That's the nature like. Suppose someone asks you, Prabhu, can you give me half kg sweets or something? And he gave you like 1 kg. Wow, this guy is nice. That's again, under promise, over delivery. Not other way around, that over promise and under delivery. And it happens like in a movement like when we have so many devotees, and if you promise them, but if you chant, your anger will go away. This is over promise and under delivery. What will happen like after chanting and then their anger will not go away. So we should not promise these kind of things. But we should say, like, if you will chant, your lifestyle will change. Or something which you can deliver nicely, tangible. Your habits may change. Not that, oh, promising. That's how this some of the even the brands, when they promise, the people lose trust, then they go away. But it's the other way around. So under promise, over delivery. Yes, please go to the next point.
Others who love to trust your promises will trust your judgment even if they don't share your vision.
Yes, even if they don't share your vision, still they will trust you because they have seen you earlier. You complete your promises. Yes, showing integrity.
Walk your talk, do what you say.
Yeah, suppose walk your talk. This is a very famous quotation in corporate world. Like you do walk means you are acting in public, but what you are acting, the thing which you are talking also, which you are speaking. Suppose you are talking to your friends and there you mention that I believe in religion or God. I believe in Krishna. But at the same time, tomorrow you are angry on those people who believe in God, or you are saying like, this is happening because of God. God does not exist. So they are not matching. They are not matching. So walk your talk. So this is very important for leaders. Yes, right.
Align your values and behavior.
Yeah, values means on which you are standing, and behavior means your actions. The same thing. Correct.
Integrity creates a foundation of trust that is essential for cooperation and long-term personal and interpersonal growth. Without integrity, others sense duplicity and become guarded.
Yeah, without integrity. Integrity means you say something and you prove it. You maintain that thing. But if you don't do that, then others sense duplicity. Duplicity will come and they will become guarded. Then they will not interact nicely with you. Yes, fifth point.
Admitting vulnerability and apologizing sincerely. A genuine apology is a great deposit. Repeated apology can be perceived as insincere and constitute a withdrawal.
This is another big mistake people do. this is, you lose genuinity in them, in that sorry, in the apology. But whenever you ask, then ask with genuinity. Ask with genuinity. Then otherwise, even if you will ask forgiveness, people will not take it seriously. Like there's a story, na? In the village, there was one person. He used to come to villagers, and they were very innocent. And he used to make them all fearful that lion has come, lion has come, lion has come. And all the villagers, they just hide themselves, go here and there. And after that, he make a laugh of it. Oh, I was just joking, I was just joking. And then they get into, and they getting fed up. And after 7 days or 10 days, he did it again. Oh, lion has come, lion has come, lion has come. So everyone just stop their work and start hiding here and there. And then again he said, I was just joking. And the third time really lion came. And lion first of all he eat this guy. So that's how it works. So what we are, on which point we are asking apologies that really make sense. Yeah, next point.
Mistakes of judgment, which are usually of the mind, are easily forgiven.
Yeah, simple as that. Okay, clarifying expectation. This is also important.
Clarifying expectation. The root of almost all relationship difficulties is conflicting or ambiguous expectation with regard to roles and goals.
Yeah, suppose we are going to organize Rath Yatra. So we should be clear of our roles and goals with the authorities. Then there will be no clashes. Clarifying expectation, what I am supposed to do. So once you do it, or whatever services you have, so if it is clear what I am supposed to do, that will help you also and help to management. That's the point. Yeah, next.
People judge others based on the expectation they have of them.
Yeah, so then the leader can also sense, okay, we gave him the chargeship of this department, and he did that. So again, the circle of concern or influence, they are changing. Go ahead.
We create many negative situations by assuming that our expectations are self-evident. Initially, clarifying expectations may require courage, effort, and time, but will spare compounding misunderstandings, disappointments, and communication breakdown in the long run.
Suppose you are going to join some department or some company or some project. So you can ask the leader what I'm supposed to do in this department or in this project or in this festival. So once it is clear, then you can design your whole structure after that. So many times we assume that this service will be done by that devotee. You know, there is a famous saying, the service which could have been done by everyone thought someone will do, and ultimately no one did. So it is like this. So we should clarify, even from the parents, even from the friends, sometimes. What are your expectations? Okay, go to the next one.
Saying the good potential matters. Trust goes in two directions. Those who give trusts and often those who cannot give trusts
Are often
and often trust.
Yeah, for example, trust, seeing the good in potential others. There are devotees who have been serving the temple or community maybe more than 20, 30 years, and one day he was a cook, so he burnt the rice. And you say, you burnt rice today? And you are not seeing his service for 20 years. If one day even if you burn, it's not a big thing. So we should see the good in others, see the good or potential in others. There's a famous saying in corporate, catch them doing right and overlook the faults. So suppose if someone did very good, so we should say very good. And if someone did mistake, overlook it. That's a very good thing. And that has to be done with the children generally. So if children, that's you are reinforcing the positivity in them. And you are finding good things in them, you are reinforcing. And that's how you will make them leaders. And if you will always find, oh, you didn't did this rightly, this was wrong, you are reinforcing negativity. And they will be empowered by discouragement or incapability. But we should you did this very right. So appreciate those kind of things. You can appreciate not just the high leader or some GBC member or big personality. You can even appreciate the guards who are sitting in front of gate and every day they do some service. Any person who is cooking in the kitchen, cutting vegetable from the maybe last 5 years. So when you catch them doing right or when you appreciate genuinely, yes, they are doing some service. It's not that they are not doing service. They are doing some service. So we should appreciate. We should appreciate. Seeing doing them right. That's what the point. Seeing the good potential in others. That builds the trust. That builds the trust. Okay, last point.
Seeing the good means seeing the soul and seeing Krishna's hand in everything.
Yeah, because ultimately Krishna is managing and Krishna is doing all these things. So if we are able to see all these things, finally, yes, how it's working. Consider how Srila Prabhupada displays this quality also. Yeah, Prabhupada could see even his disciples, they were coming to him and they were talking how can we expand this mission in the beginning days. And after some time he saw them, the same boys, they went to the down shop and they were smoking. Prabhupada didn't discourage them. Because Prabhupada could see like they may have habit, but it's okay. But still he loved them and they came back, they were still in the enthusiasm. How can we open a new center in New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, or we can preach to Europe. So these were the ideas. You know, there's a famous story of Shyam Sundar Guru. When he was a young devotee, he was Prabhupada asked him to carve Jagannath. He was carving Jagannath. I think this was the first Jagannath. And he was carving Jagannath. He was a carpenter earlier, and he had a habit of smoking. You will not imagine. He kept that matchbox or the cigarette box on the top of Jagannath. And Prabhupada still tolerated him. And he said, why are you bringing just one cigarette between you and Krishna? And this was the but he tolerated. Similarly with the Yamuna Mataji, she came in mini skirt because this was the marriage of Janki Maya, her younger sister. So she came and Prabhupada asked, do you know how to make bow? She said no. So Prabhupada said, okay, I will teach. So Prabhupada started teaching how to make bow. And in between she said, actually I need to go outside. So she went outside, she smoked, and then she came back. Prabhupada said, okay, wash your hands, then again help me out. After that, he asked, what happened? Where were you? So she said, okay, I was smoking. So Prabhupada said, it is not required. This was the end of smoking. But before that, she was like seeing what they are doing good actually. Seeing potential. And now see what she did. She turned out to be Mahabhagavat, liberated spiritualized soul. Prabhupada confirmed it. So this kind of, like Prabhupada was in Shaila's Agarwal home and he was keeping his food items in the same fridge where people there, the family, they were keeping non-veg food. So Prabhupada was okay because he knew he had this place and their heart is full and they don't know it. So have a big vision. Have a big vision. Prabhupada would have said, oh, you people are non-veg, you go to hell. This mission would not have come up. So this is a kind of a trick. How do you see this world? So these kind of things, you always build trust and break trust. Hope this exercise is clear. So I've come up with some of the things, made some point, what are the things in your life which makes or which breaks trust. Okay? I want to spend some more time on next skill part because today is the last day and yeah, we have 15 minutes. This is very important, or maybe this will help you in your personal life. That's right. So this is about listening skills, devotees. How to listen to this. a simple tool for good listening. What happened? So, as well, sitting posture. The first point is sitting posture. When someone is coming to talk to you, how do we sit? If suppose if I sit like, is it a good posture? Or if you can act like, no. Sitting means sitting, yes. What do you want to say? Can you add some more details? Is this going good? So your posture makes sense. How do you receive others? You give him a chair, you sit up next to you, then you talk to him. Another thing is important here is your open body language. So there is one thing called closed body language, one is called open body language. Open body language is like you are sitting like this. And closed body language will not sit as a closed body language. Yeah. This is closed body language. So it's a sign of that you don't agree with the other person, especially in the interviews. If in the interview you sit like this and you start giving interview, it's a bad representation. Sit like this. Or any communication. There is a closed body language. Okay, the third point is listening attentively. Attentively means you are paying attention, or you are leaning also. Maybe yes, leaning. So when someone says something, so you lean your head. Yes. Or if you are not able to hear someone clearly, so then you can do like this. Suppose you are giving seminar, so that time you can ask, okay, I'm not able to hear. So this is a sign you want to hear him attentively. Or another is eye contact. Someone is talking to you, but you are looking at somewhere. This is the mistake happens in all over world. Someone is talking to you and you look. Yes, yes. Have you ever seen like this? If suppose this devotee came to meet me. Prabhu, oh, okay, yes, what happened? Yeah. Tomorrow? Oh, yes, we will go. Yes, thank you. Yes. Ah, yes. So bad. It happens. Like someone comes to you, you talk to him. Keep the phone side. If it's not urgent. So talk to him, finish him, then go. And eye contact, we don't do it like, it's very rare in this world. So when we talk, have eye contact. Similarly, yesterday when we were talking about when you give address to any group, have eye contact with everyone. Maybe from stretch your eyes, the back, the front. Have a good eye exercise. It should be done. Similarly in communication, it generally happens. Oh yes, yes. You have one phone in one hand you are operating phone and the other way. So you are pretending to be listening. It's not good. And this will come in the next page maybe. Yeah. So there are two principles of good listening. We talked about it on the first day. Diagnosed must prescribe prescription. Suppose you go to a doctor and doctor is not listening to you and he is giving you medication. Is he good doctor then? Similarly, when someone comes to you to say something as a leader or as a friend, as a relative, as a roommate, so we should listen first nicely and then if he asks for solution, that's the time to give solution. If he's not asking for solution, better not to give. Understanding comes through listening. And that's what we discussed the first day. Many times people, they just want to share their heart. They don't even want solutions. Even listening is a very great seva in devotee culture. If you can just listen devotees, that's a very amazing. Yes, Prabhu.
Give one good example. This happened 2 years ago. Before I came to ISKCON, I used to be a working person in a business. And there was a shop which was opposite. So after many years, he came to buy something in the sweet shop. And I was coming down the stairs. I said, hey, I've not seen you for a long time. Then he came up. He sat on the bench, for 1 full hour.
must be seeing this temple like 50 years now. 46 years. I was in another unit that time. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's how it goes. If you ask people these three words, how are you? They will speak for 3 hours to you. How are you? Simple. When I was in ashram, I used to do this exercise with every devotee in ashram. I was ashram in charge, so I was supposed to take care of them. So I said, what is good thing happening in your life, or what are the difficulties in your life? And then they used to, one devotee, he said, he had a service of fruit cutting, vegetable cutting, for the devotee care. Said, my knife is not working nicely, and this, where you cut fruits or vegetable, the plate, a strong plate, that it has gone away, and we need a fresh water there. And yeah, these devotees asked for this vegetable, this juice, these fruits. So he was happy about it. I'm able to serve them. And these are the challenges. I just listened to him. I just unlocked him. What's happening? Just in general. Just in general. And he started sharing for 10 minutes. After that, our relationship turned out to be so nice. And that's how we build a good relation. Just normally, oh, what's happening in the life? And then they will speak, oh, this is it. And that's how we build relations. Wonderful. Yeah. So if you go to the second section, avoid poor listening. That's what we discussed about ignoring. The first point, making no effort to listen. Like if I come to someone and suppose this is a devotee, and I'm not putting any efforts to listen. So again, the same phone example. I'm looking at phone. Yes. No. Yeah, tomorrow. Yes. Give me prasadam. Yes. Okay, all right. Very bad. Pretend listening. Second point. Making believe or giving the appearance that you are listening. This is also very bad. Pretending listening. But we are not listening at. Pretending listening. Or selective listening. This is very important. So this is a whole seminar for like days and days. Listening what we are covering here in 15 minutes. It's a whole seminar actually. Selective listening. Hearing only the parts of conversation that interest you. Have you ever experienced this kind of thing? Like someone starts speaking about some issue in their life or some success in their life, and you listen to them and you pick up this point, and then you start different conversation. You distract the topic, and then this will be in the discussion, and it will open next section, and then this next section. So bad communications. And another is more interesting, even the fourth one, autobiographical listening. Suppose someone came to you discussing his issues, and then you take up some section of that conversation and you connect this incidents with your life. And then you start saying, oh, this happened to me also, I was there, this happened to you also, yes. This is called autobiographical. Like here, this was the one devotee was saying or expressing something to you, but you took up and you reflected back your own story. So this break the trust, because here you are not taking him seriously. Still the person is thinking about himself. Still the person is thinking, okay, what happened to me in my life? I have many friends like that. Okay, this communication pie chart, this is very important. Well, I can't see it like because it's not color printout, but I can tell you what is being over there. So the words which you say, they have impact of just like maybe 7%. 38% is the impact of how do you say, and 56% around is the impact what's your body language. Suppose you are in office or you are managing something, and someone said to you, can you give me this file? And you said, it's not there. This is one way of giving answer. Another, can you give me this file? Yeah, I will give it after 2 minutes. Okay, maybe it's not there. I checked it. Could you find the difference between these responses? Answer is same. No. Answer is same that it's not there. But how you are replying, your body language and you say no, but it should come softly or politely, especially in the admin services where you are registering people or taking care of finances or in the government officials. In India, it's worst actually. These government officials, they don't know how to treat customers. Like if someone is coming, they will consider him like, why he has come up? They will treat him like, it's not there, come tomorrow. This is very bad. It's very
If you go to American embassy, the whole approach is different.
yeah, whole.
You go to Indian embassy, completely opposite. They'll just put you off.
Recently, we were making our marriage certificate, or before coming to here, I need one forex card, like for exchanges or if to transact. This banker, the person who was sitting on the desk, he was acting like he was interviewing me. What's your passport number? You don't know? Who knows passport number in this world? No one. Who remembers this? People don't remember their phone number sometimes. There is a passport number. And on top of this, your bank is not in this branch. And then I said, but you can, withdraw your forex card from any branch of wherever this branch. That's why you have open branches in every state or country. So that like, he was interviewing. Then I went to his manager and I shared this incidents. I didn't feel like that they are giving me services. I felt like they are charging me. They said that you have to submit $500 to get this card. And I explained to the manager. The manager called someone and he asked how much to submit. And he said, okay, only 100 is required. And then we will issue it, don't worry. So immediately he realized that, okay, that's how to take care. So basically the point is, what's your body language and how do you say no? That's very important. Tomorrow when you become leader, when you say no to juniors, that's very vital. To your children, it's not about just leader in the institute. When you become your father, mother, friend, you will become something out of it. So how do we say no? That's very vital, very vital. That's how it means. In your experience also, I do it very often with small children. Small children, they don't hear, they don't understand language. But if you smile, just smile to them, they will consider that you are good to them. But when you make an angry face, they will be fearful of you. Even while smiling, you can say like this, you are such a fool. You do this experiment. They will not mind. Because they don't understand. But this is body language, the smiling face, or some action. They don't understand the words. So that's why words are more important. How do we say words and what's your body language? That's important. So these are the things noticed about the good listening skills. And there's one more thing in the last, reflective listening skills. This is someone said in the first day, it is one of the quality. Like for example, someone came to you broken heart. Oh, I lost my money, I lost my land, or I got failed in exam. So whenever someone approaches you with this heavy-heartedness, so this is the time to build the trust and just to listen. This is not the time to give the solution. This is called reflective. Reflect means there are some you can even memorize these words like as I hear it, you are suffering because of the money loss. Just this line. This builds the trust. Yeah, I'm suffering because of the money loss. If I understood you correctly, you are worried about the education of your children. Yes, Prabhu. If I am, okay, then maybe. Your feeling now is that your parents must be angry on you. Yes, Prabhu. So this kind of words, this kind of communication, when you reflect back, this builds the trust and this gives one's solace that he has understood me. Very, very impactful, very impactful. But this skill, this reflective, is not to be applied every time. This generally need to apply only when someone is emotionally broken down totally. That time, not always. Not always. And there are some things in the last section. It's helpful that, in the last different section, advising. So they are not the responses, they are not good answers. Probing, like probing means you are trying to get more information from them. Or interpreting, maybe taking in a different direction. Or evaluation, you came up with something that it was your mistake. So that's a bad communication skill, bad listening skills. Okay, was it good, notice? Relevant? So you can read this one sheet. This is very important. In the first page also, 74 page, tips to improve listening, prevent time wasters also. So there you can read some, because there will be people in this world who will deposit their emotional turmoil into your heart. So be aware. I have some additional content for you. The next part, just this is for you people. This is about leadership and management. Leaders and managers. Like the whole workshop was about the leaders and manager. But you can see this content and tomorrow this content will help you a lot. That what is the difference between leader and manager? Okay, let me ask you this question. What do you think? What is the difference between leader and manager? What? Yes.
Leaders lead by example.
And manager?
Managers live.
Managers have a very short vision. They see immediate result because they see fast.
Very good. Yes, yes. This is one difference between them. Yes, please.
Leaders generally advise,
Yeah.
managers will be more.
Yeah. Very good. Leaders, they have a vision. Our temple should have 1,000 congregation devotees. Manager is now will work on putting the flexes, printing out materials, putting stalls, creating infrastructure. This is manager. Leader will say, there's a one very beautiful point from the top, 7th or 8th. Leader will ask what and why, and manager will ask how and when. How and when. And they are inseparable in one sense actually. They are inseparable. If you see the life of even Prabhupada, was he leader or manager? Both. Even you are also, that's what I said, you are also leader or manager in your life. Just like for doing this management, I need to manage some whiteboards, some printouts, some sound systems, some recordings. This is management. And this is true. Like tomorrow you will be father, you will be a leader, and you will be managing something for them. So it is like management part. So both are required. So they are inseparable. Problem comes in the life if you shuffle the page. If you go to the next page, 30th page, just see these two questions. Take 1 minute and solve these two questions. What happens if the leadership of an organization is neglected? What happens if management is ignored in the favor of simple leadership? So just take 2 minutes and fill these two questions. You can relate to your personal life or organization or college or your family. Page number 30. same sheet, we will be talking about the leadership and management. In the end, with a blank page, so you write 2 or 3 points, 4 points. What did you learn in these 3 days? Some of the key learnings. Which session was good? Which point was good? Which topic was good? Which helped you the most? So just think and meditate and write kind of a 1 paragraph. So in the 3 days we discussed multiple sessions, multiple things. Today we discussed, if you are just coming for today, you can mention, today I learned this. I like it. Why did you like it? Which part of the seminar was most relevant or most fertile for you? If you have attended all the 3 sessions, you can mention also what we can improve in this course. What else we should add, or how can we make it more effective? The last document which I give to you is about the stages of team development. So you can read it. I promised to give this on the first day. So you write few points, what did you like, what we can improve, what was the takeaway, what was the session, what was the topic which impressed you a lot, and after that, every one of you can come one by one, you can speak just for 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So you can come here, there's a nice background, and you can speak just for 30, 40 seconds. You can carry your notes properly. Who would like to come first? Maybe one by one. Oscar.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much, Prabhu, for the nice and intriguing and engaging lessons in the last 3 days. So one thing I learned, actually, let me just start with what I've just learned today, one which just caught my mind. So in management, you mentioned in corporate, we catch the good things and try and overlook maybe the bad things so we can encourage others to perform. Also, the second thing I've learned that in building relationships, we have to build trust, and we do this by depositing and withdrawing also. Yeah. So what I would like us to engage or maybe include in the class, you see, we have had so many engaging sessions and discussions, and now we don't have much time to present them. Yesterday, I learned about presenting yourself or even presenting your speech or anything. So I was ready to present, but now we were short of time. Yeah, and I was left wondering, when now will we present ourselves? I was so much ready for that. And anyways, yeah, we can check and maybe if we can get much time, it would be much more better. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
That's why I asked you to speak late, so that you can. Thank you, Oscar. Yeah, you are really. I also appreciate you. Well, your sincerity, you always came on time, always participated in activities. And I hope this course will help you. There are a lot of things, and that's why I gave you content. If you will even study, this is very self-explanatory content. Wonderful. Thank you, Oscar. I wish you all the best. Yes, Mukunda, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Though I didn't attend all 3 days, but I think the most what I liked and what inspired me is Rupanuga Bhakti Prabhu's enthusiasm. Despite someday more attendance, someday less attendance, he's always smiling and encouraging us. And maybe for the room for improvement, maybe we can have more scriptural references, like leadership and management from the scriptures, so that we can balance things from corporate and spiritual and material both. That's all. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, let's invite you.
It was a short session and a quick one, but I really liked it. Because so many things I had forgotten, I remembered all of them. And how you deal with people and how you listen to people, it makes a lot of difference in our daily lives. And it was quite in detail, though it was a short class, but it covered many, many points. So since the notes have been given, I think I can meditate and contemplate on it. And also it will help me a lot. And I also liked the way the presentation was done. So all hats off to Radha Banke Bihari. I'll give you an example of communication. This was way back in the old time. We didn't have the new telephone. Well, I have 3 children. Now they're all grown up. They all still have children. So one child, the elder daughter is called Bharti. The second is called Priya. The son is called Shyam. So Mahaprabhu Prabhu told my daughter, the other daughter, go and get Shyam Priya. That is his wife. So she told Priya and Shyam, Mahaprabhu Prabhu is following you. So both of them said, Prabhu, yes. He said, who are you? He says, I'm Shyam and this is Priya. No, I want my wife Shyam. So communication matters a lot. And these notes are very, very useful. I'm going to keep them if you don't mind.
Yeah, and just follow up.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to you, Prabhu. It was like you are more senior here. It was our fortune that you were there present among us for all the 3 days. It shows seriousness of a candidate. Like, although he is like more than 46 years here, still Prabhu was sitting in front. Thank you, thank you. It was a blessing for me. Anyway. So let's hear from one more young boy. You can carry your notes.
3 days. And what I've learned,
Louder.
the best, what I've learned that I think was interest to me. First, it was the good qualities of a leader. I think it's good for all leaders to have these good qualities and embrace them and avoid bad qualities. Also, association with others. Good leaders should be able to associate with other people, people from different backgrounds, cultures, and learn to integrate with them. And the other one is having good listening skills. You could be a good leader with many skills or a lot of content, but when you lack good listening skills, you may not have the quality that is required that can help others to. Yes.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, my dear friend. Yes, let's hear from Prabhu. No, no, go.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Before I came late, I feel that a lot of missed previous lectures. Yesterday, but I felt that there is a lot about it. At least tidbits, especially I saw. Yes. There's two things that hit me a lot in terms of the integrity part. I'm in the business world, so dealing with people and creating trust is where I hit a miss. You're meeting different people, so there are enough snippets that I would pass over the notes, and I can apply. So that's why I mentioned so a lot. There's that part where we have leadership and management, and yeah, he has some reason that he sends WhatsApp that relate a lot scriptures and so on. But it has taken me back with creating this particular organization where it is displaying two qualities: leadership with a vision of where we are to go, and then the part of asking what do we need to do, because I'm faced with that daily from when I'm still there, and because it's a team that we have to build and delegate all those particular duties. So probably I'll take your contacts and we'll relate later over time, because I think it was short time to be able to get that. But Haribol, thank you. And I think that small time that I've just sat there, I've understood a lot about this kind of process. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Very, very. Thank you. Yeah, maybe we speak louder. I think our sound is getting lower and lower.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, loudly.
Just one day for the workshop, I started yet sending. So I'm so much thankful because I'm realizing much more that leaders that we have a wider knowledge gap, because there is much more to learn so that we are able to stabilize our leadership, be it in spiritual community or just the secular one and all that. So I appreciate so much for opening me up to different aspects of leadership, and I believe it's also going to be helpful with those who I'm going to share with out there, because I'm a community organizer beside trying to be a devotee. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my dear friend. Kevara Krishna would like to share something.
Hare Krishna. I'd like to thank Prabhuji, first of all. Given the short amount of time he's really given us a lot of knowledge and very systematic at that. Actually, we really appreciate that. I think in terms of room for improvement, we just need a lot more time with the vast amount of knowledge that is there. So perhaps now we need to plan it a lot more better for room for improvement. But I think overall we are more than grateful, and we wish that we could get more associations so that we can build this up a lot more.
Hari,
Hare Krishna.
we'll make it longer. Okay, let's hear from one girl.
Hare Krishna. I have been in the workshop for 2 days, yesterday and today, and I've learned quite a lot, and I'm thankful for that. So a particular point of interest was the circle of concern and the circle of influence. I find that we are all human, and we tend to overthink about things that are out of our reach, things that we can't control. But I have learned that I need to focus more on things that are within my circle of influence rather than those that are within the circle of concern. Thank you.
Hari, thank you very much. So precise. So coming to the ending part of this course, yes, I understand this was just like 1.5 hours. It's a totally like it's a 4-day session, and every day like 6 hours. So like 24 hours course, and there are a lot of things are still pending, which I didn't bring. Seeing the situation and seeing the audience, that's why I just focused that. And there's another version of that which is more Shastric type. So that is for like those who know Shastra so deeply. So it was more of a skill-based course, so that you can be equipped with like arrows in your cure. Now you can engage and you can war. Every day you will see that yes, it's required. Now I need to use this skill. Now I need to use this skill. So it was more about bringing the awareness. So I felt very nice with all of you, with maybe small or maybe today I was more happy, frankly speaking, because today I got interested people around me and those who wanted to learn, and I was speaking very by heart. So, and helping me out also in some service to your services in the moment wherever it can help you. Thank you very much for your attention, for your kind generosity of your time also. Hare Krishna. Vanchakal Guru Vishit Vas Yodecha Triganam Bhava Devo Vishnu Devo Koti Vishnu. So please pray for me. If you get benefit by this course, I will get the Sukuti.
So on behalf of ISKCON Nairobi, all the devotees and the management would like to thank Rupananda and Mataji. Even today she gave a very nice class in the morning, very impressive. So you pray to our Banke Bihari, give you a lot of energy to do more courses, and we talk with the manager if you can come again, maybe next year, when we will advertise it more. You know, many people are not aware of this thing. So more, because last kind of a course like this was done by Anuta almost 12 years ago. And it was so well organized. So we will have it organized in that particular way. And once again, thank you very much. That should be my bless you. Hare Krishna. So you can chant Hare Krishna mantra once.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.